everybody. I'm Rebecca Maples, and you are listening to Boomerlife Radio. If you are joining me just for the first time, I want to welcome you to the show. And if you are back from last week's first show, I'm glad we didn't scare you away. We have a great show today. Our first guest is Stephen Pike. He is from Chattanooga Funeral Home, and we are going to be talking about pre-planning and the importance of that. People shy away from that, but it really is a great gift that you can give your family. Also from the Chattanooga Food Bank, Scott Bruce and Jordan Lyle will be joining us. And later in the show, we are going to talk about and touch on some community events and some things going on this weekend for St. Patrick's Day. So we've got a great show for you. I want to welcome those that are watching by Facebook, WFLI Online. Hello to you, and thank you for joining us. Or if you are joining us on KWIN TV, hello to you. And to those of you who may be listening on any 4 of our radio stations, we're glad that you are tuned in today as well. As I mentioned, Stephen Pike from Chattanooga Funeral Home is my first guest, and I want to welcome you to the show.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
I know you are a busy guy, so I appreciate you making time to come talk with us on the show today.
You're welcome.
As I mentioned, a big thing that a lot of boomers and people in position don't think about it, or they shy away from it because it seems to be, doom and gloom and depressing. But really, when you talk about pre-planning, your celebration of life, as we like to call it these days, it really is the greatest gift that you can give your loved ones.
Yes, you're exactly right. We've been offering Chattanooga Funeral Home Crematory and Florist has been in the greater Chattanooga area since 1933, and we've been offering pre-planned funeral options for families ever since then, and it's been well received. And there's 2 aspects of pre-planning to why you would actually go about pre-planning. One of them is the financial piece.
Yes.
Inflation, the prices are frozen. The other is peace of mind.
Yes.
So there's 2 elements to it, and as you mentioned, celebration of life is critical, and you want to celebrate your loved one's life, and if you have your wishes in writing expressed, it makes the arrangements much easier, for the family at the time of death. And you can get very detailed when you plan ahead. The role of the minister is very important, in a service, a celebration service. The role of music's very important. But your loved one in a pre-planning atmosphere needs to be considering who they would want memorial contributions made to,
exactly,
and perhaps who the pallbearers would be, and they need to be making cemetery selections, decide where they want to be buried. If they're a veteran, they need to know where their DD 214 form is so they can be eligible, to be buried at National Cemetery in Chattanooga. So there's a host of details that need to be confirmed and expressed in writing, and pre-need, as you said, is a great gift to your children and to your spouse and the next generation, so they don't have to come in in a sudden time and have to make a lot of decisions in about a 2-hour window of time, because
it's horrible to have to make those kind of critical decisions when you're grieving. And I just think it's, I've been in that situation, and I know that many of our listeners or viewers have been in that situation where you have to make those kinds of decisions, and it's tough.
It is.
It's just tough. Let's just face it, all of us in one way or another have some dysfunction in our family, and when you you put those people together and you're grieving, and arguments and strife, and just it can be unnecessary. It's an unnecessary stress.
And it's like anything else you do in life. You buy life insurance.
Absolutely.
You plan ahead.
Yes.
So this is just another form of getting your affairs in order.
Yes, and it is a component of having your affairs in order, but a lot of people don't think about it. And it's just, we were talking before the show, making crucial decisions in any area of life when you're emotional is not a good thing. That's I mean, anyone will tell you that. So, where does a person start? Should they just call you? What I mean, I know there are a lot of people thinking, I don't even know where to start with something like that.
They're welcome to call us at the funeral home. We have one primary phone number in Chattanooga, 423 area code 698-2541, and we have a website, of course, ChattanoogaFuneralHome.com. But they can call any of our representatives and arrange a meeting at the funeral home, or we can come out to the residence and meet with them, or however they prefer to discuss matters. But the first step is just the willingness to take time aside to come in and gather information,
right,
and just understand the process, so they'll be informed and can make a very good decision.
And if it's about what your wishes are, or even maybe you're having to make those decisions about ailing parents, it works both ways, either way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. There's some other things going on that I wanted to talk to you about. Easter will be here before you know
Yes.
it, and I wanted to take a minute to just talk about
Yes.
some services and things that are
Yes,
going on.
we're affiliated with two cemeteries in the greater Chattanooga area, Hampton Memorial Gardens on 153 in Hickson, and Chattanooga Memorial Park in the White Oak Red Bank community. And for many, many years, for decades and decades, and it holds true this year as well, we're offering a Easter sunrise service, which will be on Sunday, April the 1st, at 7:30 a.m. in the morning at Chattanooga Memorial Park and Hampton Memorial Gardens. There'll be a dove release at the end of the service. There'll be light refreshments. Northside Presbyterian Church will be facilitating and officiating the Easter sunrise service at Chattanooga Memorial Park, and then Reverend David McNabb, who's the executive director of Teen Challenge in Chattanooga, will be officiating the Easter sunrise service at Hampton Memorial Gardens. But it's just a way to celebrate Easter and reflect and remember the loved ones that have passed away in this past year or previous years. But that's 7:30 in the morning at both cemeteries.
So much history
Yes.
with all of this. So let's talk about that. It was so interesting when we were talking before the show.
Yes, the Easter sunrise service is just a continual event that we've offered for many, many, many years.
Okay.
And it's been well received over the years.
And where, if someone has any questions about the service, or where should they?
Just call our main number,
Okay.
Chattanooga Funeral Home, 698-2541, and we can provide them more specific details.
Okay, and again, if you are just joining us, we are here with Stephen Pike, Chattanooga Funeral Home. We've been talking a little bit about pre-planning. Again, let's just go over, you just gotta make time to do it.
Right. What you're going to come in and discuss is obituary information, death certificate information, and making arrangements. And it's just a very it's as I say, we've been offering it since 1933. I've never ever heard of anyone said they regretted the fact that they came in and pre-planned.
Right.
So it is a beneficial thing. And back onto the concept of celebration of life, I mentioned the dove releases that we'll have at our cemeteries for Easter sunrise, but dove releases are part of an at-need funeral as well. What we do at the end of the service at the cemetery, if families so desire, is we release 3 white doves that represent the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. A 4th dove represents the spirit of the loved one who passed away. And we typically have multiple family members hold the doves, and then we release 3, and then we release the 4th dove thereafter. They all join in the air, they circle, and they all go home together. And they're from Pikeville, Tennessee.
Beautiful to see. From
most cemeteries in the Chattanooga area, it's about a 30 to 40-minute flight home. And so they do go home. And there's a man up there who trains them. A lot of it's God-given. Once they get their bearings, they know how to go home.
Right.
But it's very symbolic, and it offers families a lot of closure at the cemetery.
And it has become the trend, and it is more of a celebration of life now than just burial services. I mean, it's pictures and movies that
it's
you can
all about
display.
Celebration of life.
Right.
And the photographs that families bring in, and we make a movie. And there's some families that select food to be catered and brought into the funeral home, but everything is is celebratory, uplifting, music. And as I say, I can't say enough, the role of the minister and the role of music is critical in a celebration.
Sets the
ceremony.
tone for the entire thing.
And we're so blessed in the Chattanooga community with outstanding clergy and so many people that are gifted in the music profession, but those are very important ingredients.
Well, because I there are plenty of people in my own family that I feel like I know pretty well, but if you're going to ask me what song, what hymn, would they, I don't know.
And those are the things that you cover in a pre-need environment.
Absolutely.
What is your favorite song? What is your favorite scripture verse? What type of service do you want to have? What do you want the focus to be, the message, and
absolutely.
So it really truly does create a sense of peace of mind.
Okay. So let's give people your phone number again and a way to get in touch with you.
A 423 area code there in Chattanooga, 698-2541. And then our website is ChattanoogaFuneralHome.com.
Okay. Well, thank you, Stephen, so much again for taking time to come talk with me today. And, call Chattanooga Funeral Home. If you have questions, just make the decision to get it done. I'm Rebecca, and we'll be back with Boomer Life Radio right after this.
Bowery got his bumps. 42nd Street got a big Jim, a Walker, he a bull shooting son of a gun. Yeah, he big and dumb as a man can come.
The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable, traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve.
Rising Fawn Hardware is your place for all your gardening needs. Seeds, onion sets, cabbage, strawberry plants, and more. A complete line of home hardware items, too. Everything for the house, including plumbing, hardware, and metal roofs. Plus, Rising Fawn Hardware has everything you need for your livestock, including name brands like Nutria, Tucker, and Faithway. Always with a hometown atmosphere, it's Rising Fawn Hardware. 4300 Highway 11 South in Rising Fawn. Open 8 in the morning till 6 at night, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 8 to noon on Wednesday. Even open on Saturday from 8 until 4. Rising Fawn Hardware.
Looking for a great way to change your look? You'll find the friendly professionals at A Classy Cut Salon ready to care for you. A Classy Cut Salon is in the Grove Shopping Center next to the Dollar General. We serve men and women of all ages at A Classy Cut Salon. Call 657-5607. That's 657-5607 for an appointment, or just walk right in for your next classy cut from A Classy Cut Salon in the Grove Shopping Center, Highway 11 North in Trenton.
When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We're here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope.
A small bank with big service. Citizens Bank and Trust, offering a wide range of services, including online banking. Pay your bills, manage your account anytime, 24 hours a day. Your account balance is only a phone call away as well at 657-1234. Or visit our convenient locations. Lookout Mountain, Georgia, Higdon, Alabama, on our main branch on Highway 11 in Trenton. Citizens Bank and Trust, 657-5678. A community bank that believes in the community. Citizens Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Paul Feinbaum, you tell it like it is.
This is the SEC. SEC.
Well, they ought to just play one more line, but whoever wins, the other team just have to get out. Don't even play football in the SEC no more.
You realize Alabama lost to Auburn last year, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I laid in bed 2 days.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekday afternoons 3 to 7 on News Radio 1420 and 106.1 FM KWN and Chattanooga's News Talk 97.7 KWN.
I'd be doggone if I wouldn't work all day. I keep on dancing for sweet little Sheila. You'll know her if you see her. Blue eyes and a ponytail. Her cheeks are rosy. She looks.
Hello,
I'm Ben Cagle. Don't miss Downbeat, the best of the 1960s, Saturday, 1 o'clock on the Big Jet Fly.
All right, Mr. King, how do you know the defendant?
You much prettier in person, to be honest with you, pretty.
Sir, we are not in the club or a bar. Talk about your case. If you lie to me, you will lose. If you try to perpetrate a fraud on this court, you will be held accountable. Do not interrupt while I'm ruling.
Judge Faith Rules. Back-to-back episodes every morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central on KWN-TV.
Thank you for joining us, America. Joseph is in Florence, Alabama. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show, Joseph. Thanks for joining us, America. Samantha's with us in Seattle. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show, Samantha. Angie's with us in Baltimore. Hi, Angie. How are you? Thanks for joining us, America. We're glad you're here. Allie is with us in Austin, Texas. Hey, Allie, how are you?
The radio home of the Dave Ramsey Show. Weekday afternoons at 1 o'clock Eastern on 1420 AM and 106.1 FM KWN.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca, and it's Boomerlife Radio. If you are just joining us, my second guest for the show today is at Chattanooga Area Food Bank. I have Scott Bruce and Jordan Lyle with me to talk about really your signature event is coming up this Saturday. Right. And I asked you before we got started how to pronounce it. I wanted to be sure it's hullabaloo,
yes,
correct?
Emphasis on the bowl.
Because it's all about area restaurants, and it's sort of a tasting event, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's tell people if they're not familiar what this event is all about.
Yeah.
Well, this is our signature event for the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. We do this every year. This is the 11th year, and the point of it is to fill the empty bowls of folks in the community that don't have enough to eat. That's basically what we do at the Chattanooga Area Food Bank is try to provide food to the folks in our communities that just don't have enough food. And this is one of our events that basically sparks our mission.
Okay. And you're doing it healthfully, which is you're really trying to do nutrition as well. I mean, that's
something we added to our mission
in
the last few years. It's not just to provide food to folks, but the right type of food.
Right, nourishment.
We don't want to just fill them. We want to fill them with the right type of food. And that's something, and just to prove that's honestly what we're doing, this past year, we distributed 16.3 million pounds of food.
It's amazing.
And over 4 million pounds of that was fresh produce.
That's amazing, and it takes your partners and people participating in this type of event to get that kind of thing done. That's a huge number, but there are a lot of people. How many counties now are we talking about?
20 counties.
20 counties. Mm-hmm. That's a lot, and there are a lot of people in need, unfortunately.
Yeah, we serve 20 counties, like Jordan said, in total. 11 of those are in Tennessee, and 9 are in Northwest Georgia. And we're a member of Feeding America, which is the largest umbrella organization of hunger relief in the United States.
Okay.
So we're one of 200 food banks that's a part of Feeding America. And they tell us that there are 144,330 people in our 20 counties that are considered food insecure, which means they don't have enough access to healthy food.
And what I have been amazed at, because we did a small event to raise money for the food bank here at WFLI.
And thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome. We're happy to do that. But $1 provides how many meals?
4.
Amazing.
4 meals,
like,
yes.
I didn't know that. So really, just a small investment, and with a trend with baby boomers, which of course is what this show is all about, is a lot of volunteerism. And if they want to get involved, you may not think you can contribute by being somewhere or in person, but just a financial contribution goes a long way with you guys.
Yeah, we have a ton of food drives. A lot of organizations do food drives with us, and we really, really appreciate that because that gets people involved in our mission.
Right.
But if you don't have food in your pantry, we ask you to not go out and buy stuff, because it may cost you $1 to buy a canned item, or you can give us $1 and it turns it into 4 meals because of our buying power and our relationships with a lot of retail partners.
So they're able to give you a lot more for that dollar as opposed to. Okay. Yep. So back to the event this Saturday. Is it too late for people to get involved, or?
No, not at all.
Okay.
We'll even be selling tickets at the door. So they can go online right now, chatfoodbank.org/events to purchase a ticket. But then online sales will close on Friday, but then the event's on Saturday, and they can buy their ticket at the door.
Okay. Is it all ages welcome? How
Yes.
do you need to dress?
Yeah, so 21 plus. There will be an open bar. We have friends from Chattanooga Whiskey coming. We have 2 signature cocktails. One is called a cucumber clover. And the other one will be, we're calling it a pot of gold, but it's an Irish whiskey.
Okay.
Whiskey sour.
Yep.
In
So we'll
tradition
have
with
that.
St. Patrick's Day.
Absolutely.
Okay.
21 plus, and the dress is whatever you want to wear. Really, we've got people who will come in jeans and a polo, and then we have some ladies who will pull out their best dress and show up.
It's whatever you feel like. The important thing
Absolutely.
is to be involved, come show up and support the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. And it's at the venue, Chattanooga.
Yes, the venue Chattanooga, across
where
from
is
Black
that?
Creek.
Black Creek, and that's on
Cummings Highway.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. If anyone has any questions, how do they get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, so they can call us, 423-622-1800. Our receptionist, Rita, is fantastic and can answer questions, but also they can always just shoot me an email. So jlyle@chatfoodbank.org. I will be out running errands a lot this week, but I do have my phone, which I get my email too, so I can answer.
Talk a little bit about the entertainment. We've got 2 bands this year.
Okay.
So we've got a VIP garden party. It starts at 6 p.m.
Oh, wow.
So if you've ever been to the venue, they have done an amazing job with that place.
Yes.
It is a beautiful venue.
Yes.
It's called the Venue. It's a beautiful venue. But they've coordinated a big garden area up on the top of the hill. And so we're going to be utilizing that for our garden party first. And we have Rising Fawn Social Club that will be playing.
Okay.
Kind of folk bluegrass band.
Okay.
Really good. And then we'll have a Chattanooga whiskey tasting like she was talking about.
Okay.
And then we're also going to have some people making bowls live there at the event.
Oh, wow.
So that's cool.
Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah,
and
we
then
have-
the main event starts at 7, and we've got a live auction where we've got some amazing things to auction off. Not a long auction. If you're not into auctions, it'll only take 30 minutes. We've only got 9 or 10 items that we're auctioning off. But we've got Love, Peace, and Happiness. They're an amazing band from Chattanooga. Play a lot of events and weddings, and they were actually involved in our first 2 or 3 Hull Blues. And like I said, this is our 11th year, so we're bringing them back. And so we're really excited about that as well.
And it sounds like it grows every year. I mean, this just sounds like a really big event, something for everyone, really.
Yes.
Okay, starts at 7.
Yes, the main event starts at 7, but that VIP hour starts at 6.
Okay, so should people show up around 6, or what are you suggesting people do if they want to get, they want to be there for everything?
Yeah, if they want that VIP experience, show up at 5:45.
Okay.
And the event will start at 6. Those bowls that he was talking about, one is from Scenic City Clay Arts, so we'll have a ceramic artist out there.
Okay.
The other is actually a wood turner. So he's going to have a display of bowls in different stages of the wood turning process. And then the 2 bowls that are being made live, you actually can bid on and go home with. So that will be, that will be really cool. If you just want to come from the main event, show up at about 6:45.
Okay, and parking, I know everyone, when you talk about Chattanooga, what's parking going to be
There's
like?
a ton of parking.
There
We've got
is.
valet there.
Yep, we do.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we've got
So no
Chattanooga
worries,
Valet.
people.
No
No
and
worries.
actually, we have permission to park along the street. We can use the neighbors next door. We can use actually the highway patrol across the street's given us permission to use their parking lot. So not a problem.
I wanted to touch on that because I hear that all the time when we're planning to go out at night. I don't want to go there because the parking is horrible. So don't worry about the parking.
That's right.
Lots of parking will be available. I want to take a quick break, but when we come back, I just want to take a few minutes and talk about some other things that might be coming up, what your year is like, and how people can get involved and help the Chattanooga Area Food Bank out. So we will be right back with more Boomer Radio.
This is a school pico train. I want an all-points bulletin on Comfort Gallery in Kimball. See, they must be up to something. Their trucks are all over. You just, I'm very suspicious activity.
Ooh, I love it, I love it. Possum on a gun bush, Sheriff. Gary and all them just good old boys having a big sale, and they deliver it charge.
Venus, you dipstick. There's no way they're delivering that much furniture. Their trucks are everywhere.
It's because of their great prices and service, Sheriff. They have catnap recliners for $269, new queen mattress sets $299, king size mattress sets $399, memory foam pillows $19.99, queen size chairs, sleigh beds $299, lift chairs and adjustable beds also on sale.
Venus, will you hush? I heard all that. I love it, I love it. Check out Comfort Gallery Mattress. And they're having a big sale. They offer free delivery and setup. 6 months same as cash. Ooh, free 1 year layaway and even a no credit check payment plan. I love it, I love it. They're open 7 days a week and accept most major credit cards. Good.
Methamphetamine affects everyone. Your neighbors, your friends, and even your family.
Know the signs.
Physical symptoms include you may have extreme difficulty sleeping and even insomnia, and you may lose your appetite.
Know the signs. Please know the signs.
You can seem nervous and anxious and even have paranoia.
Know the signs.
Overheat easily and sweat without even being hot.
Know the signs.
Dilated pupils and even hair loss.
Know the signs.
Hallucinations and delusions. And you can also have tachycardia, which is a rapid heart rate.
Know the signs.
You may have liver damage and loss of skin elasticity.
Know the signs.
You may notice unexplained financial instability and social isolation.
Know the signs.
You may have a false sense of euphoria, coupled with strong depression and even risky behavior, legal trouble, memory loss, and repeated incarceration.
Please know the signs. Unfortunately, we do.
Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. At 402 North Cedar Avenue in South Pittsburgh, 4765 Main Street in Jasper, and at 14087 Highway 28 in Whitwell, providing the highest standard of customer services with a personal touch. Our associates can help you with personal loans, personal lines of credit, a variety of mortgage loans, and more. And we offer real-time internet banking too. See us in South Pittsburgh, Jasper, and Whitwell today. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Whoa, oh, mercy, mercy me.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca Maples, and this is Boomerlife Radio. If you're just joining us, maybe you're watching us live on Facebook. Perhaps you're joining us on K1 TV, or to any of you that might be listening on any 4 of our radio stations. Welcome. I'm glad you tuned in. We have been talking today with the Chattanooga Area Food Bank, Scott Bruce and Jordan Lyle. We talked in the last segment about your big signature event coming up this Saturday, but you know that we could really, there's a lot of other stuff going on at the food bank, a lot of things planned for this year. So what else is happening?
Yeah, so we line stuff up all the time. So have you heard of the Daily Ration?
I have not.
Okay, so it is a restaurant in Chattanooga, and they usually do breakfast and lunch, but they're going to start doing dinner.
Okay.
And you can support the food bank and the launch of their dinner menu by coming out on Thursday, April 5th. And proceeds that night go to the food bank. So we're going to help them launch their new dinner menu and have a fun evening. And again, that $1 equals 4 meals. So that's a great way to come out with your friends and support the community and the food bank. And then in May is Stamp Out Hunger. So that is where we partner with the National Association of Letter Carriers. So that's like your rural route carriers of your post offices. And they put postcards in the mail to remind you and some grocery bags in the mail. And on Saturday, May 13th, this year, is it 12th or 13th? It's a Saturday before Mother's Day. So if you're remembering your mom, you will remember Stamp Out Hunger. And so you can load your mailbox with donations, and your postal carrier will come around and pick those donations up and deliver them to the food bank.
I actually have done that before a lot. And so at the end of that event, what does that translate to in terms of food and how many families you feed traditionally or historically? Do you have those numbers?
Yeah, so last year we got about 50 to 70,000 pounds of food.
Amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Which really is amazing. And so usually the food from Stamp Out Hunger lasts us through the summer. And a little bit into the fall where we start kicking off our big food drives. So we partner with a lot of schools. Last year we partnered with Synovus Bank and did a PB&J Blitz with a lot of local high schools. And then it rolls very quickly into the holiday season where people are doing food drives for our Share Your Christmas campaign.
Right.
Two things I want to mention to add to that. April is Volunteer Appreciation Month, and you know, what we do in the community, we couldn't do it without all of our volunteers.
Right.
All of our volunteers. We have about 40 employees, but we have about 3,000 volunteers a year that work with us. We get audited by 4 different companies, and they tell us that's about 15 full-time employees. So it can be anywhere between, if you're listening out there and you want to get involved, it could be if your organization wants to plan a day to come in and get involved for an hour, 2 hours. Some organizations come once a month. Some do it once a year. We have a lot of retired folks that come in and work 2 days a week. It's like their part-time job. They have groups of people that they work with every week. And most of the time what you're doing when you come in and volunteer, for the most part, is working in our sorting area. So all of the food that gets donated to us has to be sorted into categories, and then we build food boxes from that. So that's what a lot of volunteers help us out with. A lot of volunteers also help us with our sack packs. We have about 14,000, with us and our partner agencies, we have about 14,000 sack packs go into the elementary schools every week. And it goes to kids that may not be getting food during the weekends. So it's like 9 healthy items that go to these kids that may not be getting a lot of food over the weekends. So that's always fun for volunteers to do. There's a few other things, but you know, I just want to give a shout out to our volunteers. And April's coming up, which we will spend the whole month appreciating.
Couldn't do it without them.
Right.
And also, if someone wants to get involved, do they just call the number again, or?
Yeah, they actually can go to our website, so chatfoodbank.org, and in the top right corner is a button that says Get Involved. And on that page, you can sign up to host a food drive, and you can sign up to volunteer. And it will go, the email form will automatically be sent to Mark Schock, our volunteer coordinator. And he's fantastic, and he'll schedule everything for you.
And I think I interrupted you,
No,
Scott.
you didn't. The only other thing I was going to mention, September's Hunger Action Month. So the whole month of September, Jordan's our events person, so she plans a ton of things that we do for the entire month of September. So we have activities going on just about every day. And the main reason for all these things is just to just build awareness in the community for what we do. We just want people to be aware of the mission that we are fulfilling in the community. It's funny, Jordan said this before, but we're one of the few companies that we're in the business of putting ourselves out of business. We want to not have to get food. We don't want anybody to be hungry. So that is our goal. We've got a long ways to go. The good thing I'll say is that, I told you earlier that we have 144,330 people that are hungry, that are food insecure. Last year, that number was almost 10,000 more. Now, I'm not saying that's all because of us. There are a lot of things, unemployment,
a lot of factors,
a lot of different factors. But I'd like to think that we have a big part in that.
Oh, sure, sure.
So we are making a dent, and we're not doing it alone. We're doing it with all of the people that are helping us out. In our 20 counties, we don't know everybody in Grundy County and Van Buren, all the way down to Borden and Chattooga. We work with over 300 partner agencies to get food to the folks that. And that can be, folks like the YMCA or Metropolitan Ministries that's distributing food almost every single day, Salvation Army, or that can be just your small pantry out in the middle of the country that does it once a month. If they meet our criteria and they distribute food, chances are most of the time they get their food from us.
And you mentioned meeting criteria. What kind of requirements or criteria do you have to meet to be considered food insecure?
Well, as far as being considered food insecure, we don't ask questions. If someone comes to us and says they're hungry, we get them food. Now, there's different there's different standards not standards, but there's different things in different counties as far as like you can get food once every 30 days or you can get food once every 90 days, but that depends on the county.
And if you know someone that might be in that situation, but you want to remain anonymous in reporting them, or can you do that?
As far as
if you knew someone, a family that was food insecure, but they were too proud, and you wanted to report them anonymously, can you do that?
You can, but they have to be the one that comes forward and gets food.
That was my question. Yeah. That was my question.
They have to come forward and get the food. And now there's different ways. Like I said, we have over 300 partners that help us distribute food. About half of those are pantries. The other half could be
United Way or places like that.
Well, it could be people that do like summer feeding programs or churches that do the sack packs.
Okay.
I told you we do 14,000 sack packs every single week. About 12,000 of those are taken care of by our partner agencies. So we have churches in the community that get together and they do those sack packs. They get most of the food from us, though.
Okay.
There's other things. We have mobile food pantries out in the community. So a lot of schools we'll go to or senior centers. We'll come with a truckload of food and set up a little market where people can come and get food. So there's a lot of things that we do out in the community that they don't necessarily have to come to us. Now in Hamilton County, we're one of the biggest places that you can come get food, but we do have we have a handful of partners in Hamilton County as well.
So the food kitchens that are particularly like downtown, okay, gotcha.
A lot of those places get their food from us. Now, that's not to say they get they can have their own food drives. They can do their own things out in the community.
Right.
But I would say probably the majority of their food comes from us.
And it's not just families with young kids. You do have seniors. There are
absolutely
every demographic in those 20 counties that is hungry. Right?
Yeah, we don't judge. If somebody says they're hungry, we help them out. We like to think that a lot of adults are in a situation where they're trying to get back on their feet. Maybe they've lost their job, got injured, or something they're doing so we're trying to help them in the meantime,
transition.
In the transition. But right now we have 1 in 4 kids in our 20 counties that are food insecure.
That's staggering.
And they have no control over that.
Staggering.
So that's something that that's why we get involved heavily with the schools to make sure that we get food to those kids.
Particularly in the summertime, you're talking about those children. How do you adjust, or what is your strategy during summer months when the kids aren't in school? Because some of them, that's the only meal they get is at lunch.
Yeah. It's tough because at school they get breakfast and they get lunch and every single day, and then the sack packs on the weekend for the schools that we work with. But summer, it's harder to identify kids that are hungry. We have a lot of partners that we work with that do a lot of summer feeding programs. And that's something that we're always looking to increase and do more of. But yeah, it is tougher during the summer because a lot of these kids don't have ways to get to the food. So
and with so many people, all 3 of us, I'm sure in some way you take advantage of the things that you have. But when you're talking about not having a necessity, it's staggering that 1 in 4 children
and 1 in 6 adults.
Yep.
And you were saying seniors, it's very similar to kids. A lot of times they don't have control of the situation. They may have health problems that came up that they didn't expect, obviously. A lot of times seniors are raising their grandkids. That's something that they didn't plan to do, you know? So,
many variables.
We have a lot of partners in the community that cater strictly to seniors, and we really appreciate their partnership in doing that.
But we talked about volunteerism as an individual, but quickly let's talk about how a corporation might be able to get involved if we have business owners out there listening. What would you suggest that they do?
Yeah, same way. Go online and fill out that form, and Mark will work with you to get a day and time that works best for your organization.
Because you're always ready to partner, come up with signature events for corporations. Anyway.
Actually, right now, every Saturday in April, the food bank will be open to volunteers. So just call us or go online and ask Mark to sign you up.
Okay, and that's www.foodbank
chatfoodbank.org.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
And don't forget, make plans to attend the signature event, the Hulla Bolu, this weekend. Let's give them a quick wrap-up of times and location quickly.
Yeah, head to chatfoodbank.org/events to buy your ticket. The VIP hours from 6 to 7, main event from 7 to 10, and we are at the venue Chattanooga at 4119 Cummings Highway.
Perfect. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jordan,
Thank you.
the Chattanooga Area Food Bank, for joining me today. I appreciate you. And this is Boomerlife Radio. We will be right back.
Today I'm more confused. Yet I look for the light through the pouring rain.
A time-tested financial institution equipped with the latest banking technology. The Bank of Dade, with mobile banking to fit your on-the-go lifestyle. Download our latest app today for your iPhone, Android, or tablet to bank on the go. Check your balance, pay bills, make deposits, and keep track of your account anytime and anywhere with the Bank of Dade's smartphone app. Make life easier by using today's most advanced banking technology to your advantage. Call us at 657-6842 or visit on the web at bankofdade.com. Your hometown bank since 1956, the Bank of Dade. Main offices on Highway 11 North in Trenton and drive-thrus on Highway 11 North and Highway 136 West. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
NL Tax and Bookkeeping is ready to serve all of your tax needs. Nancy Anderton's been serving the tri-state area since 1978. Now you can get your taxes prepared with no out-of-pocket expenses. Ask about up to a $1,200 refund advance. It's fast, easy, safe, and convenient. NL Tax and Bookkeeping is open 8:30 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, and 8:30 a.m. till 2 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Questions about the Affordable Care Act? We have those answers too. And we offer a free form price comparison. Experienced and professional tax services. NL Tax and Bookkeeping. 500 Alabama Highway 73, 7 miles from downtown Trenton. Call today at 706-657-4758 or 256-597-2829. NL Tax and Bookkeeping. 706-657-4758 or 256-597-2829.
Have lunch or dinner at Guthrie's, home of the original golden fried chicken finger and the best chicken finger sauce in the world. Guthrie's can help you plan your family's meals or get-togethers with bucket specials every Tuesday, those delicious wings on Wednesday, and platters every day of the week. Plus, get sweet tea by the gallon. Remember, Guthrie's has a party room for small gatherings, too. Guthrie's, Highway 136 West in Trenton, home of those golden fried chicken fingers and the best chicken finger sauce in the world.
Guthrie's, not fast food, good food fast.
At Gross Furniture in Trenton, Georgia, you get the savings, the selection, and the satisfaction of getting the furniture you deserve at the prices you want. Come in, relax, and take your time. Our staff can assist you with the entire process, from expert advice to professional delivery. That's because Gross Furniture is local and treats you with honesty. Just north of the Courthouse Square on Highway 11 in Trenton. Gross Furniture, the home furnishing store that offers you more.
Welcome back to Boomerlife Radio. I am Rebecca Maples. Thank you for joining us. If you're on Facebook, if you're watching us from KWIN, or if you're listening from any 4 of our radio stations, I want to thank you again for tuning in. We've been talking with the Chattanooga Food Bank, and there were a couple, a few other things that I wanted to touch on that we didn't. So let's do that now. You have 4 really big programs that you call your signature program.
Right.
So let's touch on that.
Well, we do a lot of things, but we definitely have 4 programs that we like to highlight. One I've talked about a little bit is the Sack Pack program. And even though we're working with a lot of partners and we've got 14,000 sack packs going into the schools,
right?
We still have about 70, 80 schools that we're not getting to.
Okay.
So if anybody out there is listening and wants to get involved with their church, with their organization, and basically adopt a school, that's something we're looking to grow in the future. It's a great program. It really is something that a lot of people are behind because, like we said before, those kids can't control their situation.
Right.
And for the most part, we're doing it in elementary schools because there's not a lot of like bullying and judging as much in the elementary schools. Right. But even with that, like the coordinator at each school, whether it's the principal, the secretary, the guidance counselor, the nurse, or it's a teacher, they do it discreetly. They kind of figure out a way to discreetly get it to the kid that goes home on Fridays, because we don't want to.
It's a stigma of
We've
that.
talked to some coordinators though, where some schools, like the kids are proud, like I've got my food, I'm going home. So it just depends case by case basis. But we have learned from the Sack Pack program that a lot of kids go home and the mom may get the sack and share the food with other kids in the family. It is healthy food. It's 9 items. It's granola bar. It's a little thing of beef stew. It's mac and cheese. It's milk. It's fresh fruit. We try to make it consistent every single week. So we put the same items in, whether it's an apple or orange may change, but the same stuff goes in every week.
Right.
And it's stuff that the kids can open on their own if they don't want to share it with the rest of the family. But we have found that a lot of kids, their mom will get it and share it with the rest of the family. So we've morphed that into another program, which is the school mobile pantry. I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but what we do is we identify schools that have a number of kids that need help, and their families can come down and go through like a line of, we bring a whole truckload of food and we set up this basically an outdoor market, or it could be in the gym, wherever, and families can go through and fill up a cart and go home with food.
It's just amazing, and just so many working parts to what the Chattanooga Area Food Bank does. So again, if you have the time to donate, or if you just want to give some kind of monetary, we said at the top of the show, $1
equals 4 meals.
Equals 4 meals. So I just want to, I can't stress that enough to the listeners, or if you're watching, just think about it. We all have a little bit of time where we could be giving back to the community. That just think about it if you're out there. And again, the mobile unit, and then you have the programs with the schools. Let's touch on. We have just a few more minutes of what else.
Well, one is a fresh milk program. We are the second food bank in the entire country to provide fresh milk to our clients. There was one other food bank doing it. We learned how they did it, and so we implemented it here a couple years ago. So we team up with Borden Dairy. They're a great partner of ours, and we've got some of our partner agencies also providing milk to clients. Now there's a lot more food banks doing it. They learned from us and the other food bank that was doing it, but we are proud to say we're the second in the country to do that. The last thing I want to talk about is our emergency food box area in Hamilton County. We actually, and honestly, of the food banks across the country, we're one of the few food banks that still directly serve the clients. So we have folks that come directly to the food bank. We have a back door area called the emergency food box area.
Oh, wow, okay.
And they come and get a food box there if they need help.
Okay. So just several different of ways that you are servicing. And, I can't thank you enough for your work that you're doing. And I just encourage everyone listening to think about that. There are a lot of people still in need. 1 in every 4
1 in 4 kids and 1 in 6 adults.
So it's, any way that you can and give back, I would encourage you to do so. And we have just a few more minutes. Your signature event coming up this Saturday. I know there's a lot of activities, with St. Patrick's Day, but if you are looking for something to do, there's no better way than to come to your event.
That's right, yeah. Hullabaloo at the Venue Chattanooga on Saturday. VIP hour starts at 6, main event starts at 7, and that's exactly right. I think Scott even came up with a hashtag to use for the evening that was like Patties with a Purpose, and that's exactly what it is.
Perfect.
We're inviting you to spend your St. Patrick's Day with us. It's unlimited food and drink with the ticket price, so just make sure.
And the ticket price is how much?
Yes, $125 for a VIP ticket and $100 for a general admission ticket, which goes back to the programs that Scott just talked about.
And you easily spend that if you go out on Saturday night anyway.
Right. And that includes food, all the food and drinks.
That's right.
We've got We've got, 10 or 12 restaurants serving food.
Includes parking, includes food and drinks. Just bring along a friend to make sure you get home safe, or call an Uber.
And you're already dressed for the event.
Dressed for the occasion.
You could come in that on Saturday night.
I might show up with this on. You never know. Thank you anyway, again, to Scott Bruce and Jordan Lyle with the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. We'll have you back on when it's time for another big event coming up. So thank you so much for joining me. This is Boomerlife Radio, and we will be right back.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown when you've got...
Can you gig it? Oh, yes, you can. We know you've been waiting for a long time, and now Tennessee Valley Net is bringing it to you. Gigabit internet service now available in certain areas of Dade County. Not just fast, super fast internet service now available from Tennessee Valley Net. People are talking, I mean really smiling about gig speed internet available in limited areas from Tennessee Valley Net. Call today at 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net and see if gig speed is available where you are. We know you'll gig it from Tennessee Valley Net. Come enjoy pizza for lunch or dinner in a family-friendly atmosphere at Stevie B's Pizza in Fort Payne. Enjoy the buffet and salad bar anytime, or have a specialty pizza made to order. At Stevie B's, take advantage of Two-Stamp Tuesday for adult and senior buffets, and Thirsty Thursdays when drinks are free after 4 p.m. Take out any medium pizza weekdays between 2 and 5 for just $4.49. And on the weekends, take out any 2 large pizzas just $14.99. Book your parties now by calling Stevie B's at 256-979-1234. Stevie B's Pizza, 2200 Galt Avenue North, Fort Payne.
The Dade County School System continues to put the safety of students first. That's why the Love the Bus Elementary campaign rolls on. Love the Bus is designed to teach students the importance of safety, respect, and proper bus etiquette. As we continue to enhance efforts of safety for our students, we'd like to have you as part of our team. If you're considering a career as a bus driver, call the Dade County Schools Transportation Department at 706-657-7053 today. Part-time hours with full-time benefits as a bus driver for the Dade County School System.
At First Southern State Bank, putting you first is our priority. First with convenience, with branches in 6 great communities: Fort Payne, Rainsville, Scottsboro, Higdon, and our Stevenson office, now recently enlarged and remote. First with our friendly, experienced staff, always helpful and ready to serve. And first with our mobile on-the-go banking. Our mobile app is fantastic, user-friendly, secure, and free. Whether it's online or in person, you're our first priority at First Southern State Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A very old friend came by today, 'cause he was telling everyone in town of the love that he has.
Welcome back to Boomerlife Radio. I wanted to take just a few minutes to talk about a lot of community events that we have coming up. We have a big weekend, St. Patrick's Day.
That's right.
Lots of different activities that you can participate in if you are looking for something to do. And joining me is... I'm just going to let you introduce yourself, Carl.
Come on, Rebecca. I'm Carl Heumann with WFLI. It's a pleasure to be with you here on this beautiful day.
Yes.
And joined by Rebecca here. And we were talking about community events, but like you said, there's a lot coming up this weekend, the 17th and the 18th.
He didn't know he was going to be doing this when he got here this morning, so he's being a good sport about this.
Well,
I just like to keep things interesting. But anyway, back to what is going on. One thing in particular, the 5th annual St. Chatty's Day Parade will be going on in downtown Chattanooga on Saturday. It's presented by Kids on the Block. The parade steps off right around noonish to 1, I think is what they're shooting for. It starts on Passenger Street in downtown. It goes on to Main, then back on to Market, and then it's going to end right around Warehouse Row. So it's free to the public. It's in honor of the late Jim Brewer, who just passed away recently. He's contributed a lot to the broadcasting community, and so that's in honor of them. His family will be there, and so if you are looking for something to do, go downtown. The 7K run and walk, the annual for St. Patty's Day, is also going on downtown.
Wow.
Earlier. It begins at 8:30. Lots of things going on down there. If you just want to go and watch the race, you can do that and then stick around for the parade later. So if you want more information about the race, go to www.tennesseeruns.com, or you can dial 423-224-757. If you want to call the organization that's actually putting this on, that would be 224-757-5425. And again, that's www.tennesseeruns.com for the 7K run walk that's going on in Chattanooga on Saturday.
Well, Rebecca, also for folks that are sports fans, softball especially, in the North Georgia, Rossville, Georgia area, there's the First Responders Softball Challenge. It will take place this Saturday. They're inviting teams. There is a team entry now that will be covering softballs, umpires, trophies, fields, all that type of things. Okay. The location is the Rossville Recreation Park. They're on Ellis Road. The telephone number here for information, and you know what? There's not one. But check out Rossville Recreation Park. Okay. Yeah, or RossvilleGovernment.com, and they'll be glad to give you information on that.
Okay, they're still doing Chattanooga art tours. That goes on every Saturday. You can do that from 1 to 4 this coming Saturday at www.newsouthtour company, but it's just co.com. That's www.newsouthtourco.com, or dial 423-290-2477. There's some stuff going on in Dalton. Quickly, let's tell them we have.
Yes, ma'am. We've got the Shamrock, Rose, and Thistle. Mm-hmm. It's a get-together from 7 until 10 on Saturday. This is sponsored by the Cherokee Brewing and Pizza.
All ages are welcome.
All ages. So
yes.
There you go. One other thing is the Planet of the Grapes wine tasting, and this will be downtown Dalton. Telephone number 706-913-0131, or you can Google the Planet of Grapes wine. They give more information that way too.
Lots of stuff going on for you to participate in. Don't forget about the Hullabaloo with Chattanooga Food Bank. Thank you, Carl,
You're more than
for
welcome,
joining
Rebecca.
me. I want to thank you for joining me. I'm Rebecca Maples with Boomerlife Radio. We will be back next week with more fun and lots of information and guests. So make it a great one. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you next time.
Bye.